I can honestly walk around with my head held high, whether people like me or not.
Kid Rock raised his son as a single dad, and now that he's a grandfather, he is even more devoted to family. But what about Kid Rock's fiancee? He allegedly got engaged 6 years ago. So is he still engaged, or is Kid Rock single again? What's going on with his fiancee, Audrey Berry? Kid Rock was married once before, and it was a disaster.
We enjoy each other's company.
His shocking marriage to Pamela Anderson ended in a bitter divorce. After that, Kid Rock wanted to change his life, and he waited years to find someone who was right for him. Finally, he got engaged to Audrey. But Kid Rock wanted to make sure. He dated Audrey for 7 years before proposing. After decades of partying and affairs with platinum blonde Hollywood actresses and models, Kid Rock wanted to focus on being the best dad possible. Inside sources claim that Audrey was right for Kid Rock. She doesn't appear to be active on social media, and allegedly, they both wanted to keep their relationship out of the spotlight. The way that Kid Rock met Audrey sounds kind of like a Hallmark movie. This happened in 2010. And the Detroit Free Press wrote about the moment that Kid Rock spotted Audrey. The paper called Audrey a no-nonsense brunette. Kid Rock spotted Audrey at a restaurant, and he was so taken with her that he asked her out right away. Audrey said yes. Their first date was both shocking and memorable, because Kid Rock met Audrey at a restaurant in Michigan, and when she asked where they were going on their first date, Kid Rock really surprised Audrey when he told her their first date was going to be at a restaurant in Chicago. Audrey and Kid Rock allegedly hit it off on their first date. After that, they supposedly stayed together. But is that the real truth? Kid Rock certainly wasn't expected to meet Audrey when he did, although it seemed to be the right time in his life. Because Kid Rock wasn't the same guy who married Pamela. He also respected the fact that Audrey wasn't a celebrity like the other women he'd been with. A year after he met Audrey, Kid Rock appeared on a talk show with Piers Morgan. He said that Audrey was someone who is not a celebrity, and he also told Piers it can be a really tough thing to deal with. Kid Rock confessed something shocking in a good way. He told Piers, "I'm thinking of somebody else, trying not to be selfish." When Kid Rock appeared on CBS Sunday Morning a couple years after meeting Audrey, he didn't want to talk about something. Tracy Smith was interviewing Kid Rock, and she wanted to know how much money he had donated that year.
How much money did you give away last year?
Later in the interview, Kid Rock reluctantly admitted it was probably close to $1 million. Tracy also asked Kid Rock about his personal life. Shockingly, Kid Rock was okay with talking about that. He mentioned his divorce from Pamela. Kid Rock told Tracy that he would never be looking for love in Hollywood again, although Kid Rock never mentioned Audrey in the interview, which is crazy since they've been dating for around 2 years at that point. So he was seemingly really trying to protect his girlfriend. Kid Rock did tell Tracy that he wasn't ruling out getting married again, so that was a hint. When Kid Rock bought a huge recreational property in Troy, Alabama, Audrey basically moved in. They spent much of their free time hunting and fishing, and Audrey loved to go ATVing all over the rural property. Although she was out of commission for a while in 2015, Audrey went ATVing at night, and she ended up crashing her ATV. Audrey ended up with a badly broken leg. Thankfully, she eventually made a full recovery. Rolling Stone interviewed Kid Rock in 2015. They visited him at his property in Alabama. Shockingly, Rolling Stone got the exclusive on Audrey back then. They reported that Audrey served a venison pasta dinner. She also put on a Miranda Lambert album while she was cooking. Around the time that Rolling Stone published their article about Kid Rock and Audrey, he revealed to another source that life is so much simpler being with one girl. Kid Rock also told People magazine that now that he wasn't chasing women around, he had so much more free time. So Kid Rock did admit to a few media outlets that he and Audrey were dating, and he's dropped a couple of hints about his girlfriend, including how they love to watch shows on the Hunting Channel, or how they love binge watching The Blacklist. Besides that, they've always managed to keep their relationship under wraps. Kid Rock also wrote a song about Audrey. The song Johnny Cash is on Kid Rock's album called First Kiss. Kid Rock sings about Audrey wearing French braids in her hair and faded blue jeans. But Kid Rock loves Audrey for more than her looks. His lyrics to Johnny Cash also describe how Audrey loves him for who he is. But what is the real truth about their current relationship? In 2018, a crazy rumor started going around about Kid Rock and another woman. The woman is Katie Edwards. And shockingly, Katie is Julie Andrews' granddaughter. Katie told In Touch that she'd been casually involved with Kid Rock for over a decade. Katie also claimed to have had affairs with Dax Shepard and the late Matthew Perry. But her allegations about Kid Rock had never been fully proven. Shortly after Kid Rock and Audrey officially got engaged, former Vice President candidate Sarah Palin invited Kid Rock and his new fiancée to have dinner at the White House. Donald Trump was president, and there's a photo of Kid Rock and Audrey in the Oval Office, standing beside Donald, who is sitting behind his desk in the Oval Office. Everyone has big smiles on their faces. You can't deny that Kid Rock and Audrey looked really happy together that night. Maybe they were thinking about the big secret they had been keeping, because after their engagement was official, inside sources claim that Kid Rock and Audrey actually got engaged much earlier than reported. If that's the real truth, they kept it private for months. TMZ finally broke the news. They published pictures of Audrey wearing a massive engagement ring. She was admiring the big rock on her finger during a Kid Rock cruise. One thing about Kid Rock is his generosity. He's far more humble than he lets on, too. Just like he was in that interview with CBS Sunday Morning, Kid Rock doesn't brag about the millions of dollars he's donated in his career. And you've got to dig around online to find this out. Kid Rock started a non-profit foundation, and the mission statement of the Kid Rock Foundation is honestly pretty impressive. Kid Rock mission statement says, "I can't stop the war, shelter homeless, feed the poor, I can't walk on water, can't save your sons and daughters, I can't change the world to make things fair. This is the least I can do." Kids Rock Foundation foundation raises funds and awareness for charities nationwide and in his home state of Illinois. He focuses on disadvantaged kids, victims of war or natural disasters, and people suffering from illnesses. And in May of 2023, Kid Rock held a comedy jam at the Ryman in Nashville. This fundraising event was a huge success. All of the proceeds raised were distributed through the Kid Rock Foundation. Still, there's one question on everyone's mind. When will Kid Rock and Audrey get married? For all that we know, they could be married already. Although another rumor surfaced in July 2022 when Kid Rock was seen on video kissing another woman in the front row at the WWE Summer Party at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The woman is a YouTube personality named Trailer Trash Tammy. But were they being serious? Because it looks like Kid Rock and Tammy were just joking around. Still, there's something crazy going on because we don't have any confirmation either way. Is Kid Rock single now, or is he still engaged to Audrey? Since Kid Rock and Audrey have always flown under the radar, maybe they're keeping their relationship as private and sacred as ever. What do you think about Kid Rock and his fiancee? Do you think they're still together? And will they get married? Did you know about Kid Rock's foundation? And have you seen the sweet family pictures of Kid Rock with his grandkids? Let me know in the comments below.